Hey, and thanks for coming back. This is Mike with Designs by M. Today I am bringing you a really cute box card, and what I really like about this is that it holds a photo, which makes it even more personal. Who doesn't love to receive a card with a photo of a loved one in it? So this is a file that I purchased from svgcuts. You can either purchase the file by itself or within a kit. I will definitely leave both of those options in the description box below. It didn't take very long to create this, and I think the recipient is really going to love it. So with that said, let's get started. Alright, so I have all my pieces cut out. The first thing that I want to do is ink my edges. Now on the piece that I have in my hand there, you can see that the paper is white core, which means that when you cut into it, the inside is white. When I have paper like that, I usually like to take an ink pad with a contrasting or a similar color and run that over the edges just to hide the white part. It also gives a lot of dimension to the piece, so it gives it a little bit of a shadow depending on, or highlight depending on the type of color that you use. So I went ahead and I inked all my edges. As you can see from the one paper, it is a solid core. The solid core paper is AC cardstock by American Crafts, which I purchased off Amazon, and I will leave a link in the description box below as well. I really like using American Crafts for my card making or my 3D projects, or in this case the box card, because it is 80 pound. It cuts extremely well and it holds up really well to 3D projects and box cards like this, which will be folded up to go into an envelope, and when the recipient opens it, it will go back to being the display and the card and the picture frame. So what I'm doing now is I'm gluing on some buttons onto what would be the dials of the television. I thought that would just give it a little bit more of some interest, because I'm not going to put a whole bunch of bling on this. I wanted to leave it pretty plain because I think the focal point was going to be the photo, but I did want to have just a little bit of additional elements on it. So here I am lining my photo up, and all I'm going to do is just use some cellophane tape and tape that into place here and get that all nice and centered. And this is great. I mean, especially for people who like to scrapbook, there's so many photos that you can add into this. Holiday photos, birthday photos, just photos of loved ones, dogs, cats, any type of pet. People are going to love receiving this card. So I went ahead and I finished my picture. Now I'm going to go ahead and emboss the little speaker part, and I have this embossing folder from Doris, and it's just some lines. I thought that would give that a little bit more interest as well. So I ran that through my Cuttlebug, and there is the piece. Just put some lines and ridges into that. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue on my design pieces while the box card is flat. So I'm going to go ahead and glue on my frame here, and I am using Scotch Quick Dry Glue. And I'm going to go ahead and put that frame on. Fits nicely there. And then next I'm going to go ahead and glue on my speaker at the bottom. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue on the pattern pieces that I had cut out and inked. Alright, so now that I have my pattern pieces glued in, I am going to stamp on the sentiment on, and I'm using VersaFine Black Onyx ink here, and I will stamp my sentiment. You can write it, handwrite it, use a machine to use a pen. Today I decided I was going to stamp it with love so that I can fill in something, more of a sentiment later when I go ahead and send the card. And I'm going to glue that right into the center there. And now all I need to do is I need to glue the back onto the photo, so I'm going to go ahead and glue the back piece. So this insert panel has a front and a back. It just kind of hides the photo and sandwiches it in there so that you really don't see the back of the photo. And I'm going to go ahead and glue on the antenna to the television as well. Actually, I'm going to do that at the end. Sorry. So now I'm going to go ahead and fold my score lines. These are all going to be mountain folds. So I'm going to go ahead and fold those. And then I'm just going to go ahead and match them up and glue them together. Super easy. Going to put my glue down, then put the other panel on top of the other one. Put some pressure on that to seal it. And then the best part is you just need to lay that over flat, put some glue on the left flap there, and then fold the panel back down onto the other panel. And apply a little pressure and it is done. As you can see, the outer section of the box cart is complete. Now all I need to do is fold the tabs onto the frame or the inside section. And right here I'm kind of determining where I would like that. And so I'm going to use a little bit more glue than I normally would. The reason for this is it helps it slide a little bit easier if you use a little bit more glue. And because this is going on the inside and the glue is going to dry clear, I'm not really going to see it. But it does help me to position it a little bit more easier. So it gives me a little bit more time to adjust that around and make sure that everything's perfect. So now that I have the frame inside, the picture frame inside, I'm going to go ahead and close the box card to make sure that everything closes correctly. And it does. And I think it looks really cute. So I'm going to go ahead now and put on my antenna, just a little bit of glue on the bottom there. Perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the buttons that I had glued on prior. And just pop those on there. Like so. And now my box card is finished. I really hope you enjoyed today's project. I really enjoyed putting this together and I know my recipient is going to love it. Thanks for joining me today. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as it really helps me out. On your screen now, on the left is a subscribe button and on the right is a recommended video. Thanks all and have a great day.